over, try not to get hit by a car. We're at about 8th and Hudson here in Midtown in Oklahoma City, just a matter of blocks from the Oklahoma City Memorial at one of my favorite coffee shops, Elemental Coffee. It is become kind of a fixture of Midtown, and it's just really fun, but more importantly, it is managed by a good friend of mine. So Stuart, let's go in because we're gonna do some cooking today. Well, in addition to wanting to show you this charming coffee shop and introduce you to my friend Elena, I also am going to be cooking with her, and we're going to be making chia pudding. Now, my motivation for coming is not only to see her and show you this cute coffee shop, but because I listened to a really interesting program on NPR recently, and it was about how the foods we eat affect our cognitive abilities as we age, or even if you're as young as Stuart is. But then in addition to cognitive health, just really health overall. And I learned so many fascinating things. So I'm going to show you a couple of the books that I checked out of the library based on that NPR video. One of them, and this one, he actually has a number of different books out, and I checked them all out and I'm going through them. This is actually called Genius Kitchen, and his name is Max Lugavere. How would you pronounce that, Stuart? But he has a number of books out. He also has a wonderful podcast. He's on Instagram. He's extremely well-versed in all things nutrition. And I love the recipes in this. I've already made several of them at home. And I've also started looking into some of the recipes in this book, Diet for the Mind, because it's not just cognitive health, it's overall health. And the recipes that I have tried to make are really, really delicious. Now, why I'm coming here is because my friend Elena, who is the manager of Elemental, also cooks tremendously healthy with lots of the same ingredients that are in these cookbooks. And I wanted to get some inspiration and also some tips and tricks for her. So for example, she's going to show us how to make cashew milk. Who knew? I've drunk almond milk and oat milk and different kinds of nut and seed milk, but I don't think I have ever made, much less drank, cashew milk. So we're going to try that out. So let's go over, find Elena, and get to it. So I have been planning on this for a while. I've kind of been plotting and planning. I'm here with my friend Elena at Elemental Coffee, what can I say? It's just a hip and groovy coffee shop in Midtown.
Thank you.
Within spitting distance of all sorts of places that if you guys are coming to Oklahoma City to visit, if you haven't been here before, if you're coming to see the Oklahoma City Memorial or be downtown, check out Bricktown, come to a Thunder game, check out Elemental Coffee on your way, because it's just a really fun spot. But let me talk about how you and I know each other, because Elena has been a friend of mine and my husband for a number of years.
I'd say like 12.
12 years, 12-ish. If we say 12, it was probably 15.
Probably 15. I actually thought 15, but I was like, am I overdoing it?
I was telling her that it was kind of funny. When I told my husband, Jamie, that I was going to come here and do this with Elena, I said, you might want to come because I'm doing it with your buddy. And he said, well, she was my friend first. Anyhow, we have much in common, including our mutual love of the Wichita Mountains.
My heart. It's my church.
So when I kind of got into reading these books, I think I told you that I've always eaten pretty healthily, but now I want to take it up a notch, not only for my physical health, but now also for my cognitive health. I learned some things in this material that I was reading, and when I asked you, the queen of making really great health food, if we could come here and shoot a segment of us making a healthy recipe, you said, hell yeah, let's do it, and you came up with what?
Chia pudding.
Chia pudding. So very simple ingredients. So what all do we have to have on hand? And we'll put the recipe up for you guys.
Yes, so basically you need chia seeds and any kind of milk you want. Doesn't matter what it is. I prefer house-made cashew milk because I think the texture and consistency just work really well with the chia seeds.
But you can use almond milk.
Yeah, any almond, oat, soy, cow. You could use water. It's pretty bland, but yeah, any milk.
So it's one of these whatever you've got in your refrigerator kind of things. But I wanted also some things that I could eat for breakfast, because I have sometimes at breakfast, and I eat breakfast late, but I've got a little bit of a sweet tooth. So this would be good.
Oh yeah.
Or after school snack for kiddos.
Yep. When I go camping, this is what I bring.
Really?
Yeah, I make it ahead of time and I bring it, and it's like the easiest. Ready
So
to go.
do you have to keep it refrigerated or anything?
Just keep it in the ice chest.
Yeah.
Keep it in the ice chest. And then I would think it would be just so flexible, because you could put any kinds of things that you would put on oatmeal, you could put on this chia
Absolutely.
pudding.
Yep.
So things like you've got blueberries here, you could obviously drizzle honey, we could add additional nuts, we could add whipped cream.
I mean, you could add whatever you want. Like I've even made golden milk chia pudding.
Oh,
For those people that love like golden milk is like
turmeric?
turmeric and cinnamon and maple. Yeah.
And you could probably also make this in a savory way.
You know, I've never tried that, but I wouldn't doubt it.
I wonder, because you might even be able to add cheese to it or something and kind of do a version of kind of a take on like grits or something.
You probably could. I mean, because it's so gelatinous, right? Like when it gets cold, I mean, the liquid is so important, because you think like you're not using enough chia seeds for the liquid that you're using, but they take up so much liquid.
So it's also like a thickening agent.
It is.
So that leads me to my question of the day. Do you guys cook with chia seeds? You know, it used to be one of those ingredients that we thought was really unusual.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can find them absolutely everywhere. This is a Bob, isn't this? A Red Mill, Bob's Red Mill. But I've bought them online before. You can get them in bulk at various grocery stores. So, and I don't think they're prohibitively expensive.
Jam out of them.
Oh.
Like instead of using pectin, like as a thickener, you can make jam.
And
But if you don't like blackberry seeds in your jam, I would not use these in your jam.
in your jam. Okay, well that's a good point, because it is a good textural.
It's a textural
textural note.
Yeah.
But the other reason that I like them so much, because I'm also kind of fixated on getting enough fiber, so for gastrointestinal health. So let's talk a little bit more about chia seeds. Okay, nutrition facts and benefits. So from a horticultural standpoint, which of course is my frame of reference for pretty much everything, as you well know, chia seeds are the tiny black seeds that are part of the chia plant, and the chia plant is Salvia hispanica, native to Mexico and Guatemala. They were a staple of the ancient Aztecs and Mayans. I knew you would like that part, because you also are fascinated by Native American culture and Plains Indian culture.
Yes.
And chia is the ancient Mayan word for strength. Stuart, did you know that?
I eat so much chia.
You eat so, yes, we are chia women.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons that I am so fixated on it is because they contain large amounts of fiber and omega-3 fatty acids, plenty, and this is so important for so many people now. I remember having this discussion with my mother-in-law. High quality protein, essential minerals, and antioxidants. So if you're concerned about your digestive health, high blood pressure, heart health, and now apparently cognitive health, diabetes, things of that nature, then you might want to incorporate them into your diet. And they can be white, brown, or black. They're so versatile that they can be added to porridge or made into pudding and used in baked goods, which is a wonderful entree for this.
Yes. All right, so like I said, I love using house-made cashew milk. Cashew?
Now that sounds really intimidating.
It's so easy. So
Let's switch places.
All right.
How's that?
So,
Okay.
I have here measured out 2 cups of water.
Okay.
So to every 2 cups of water is a half a cup of cashews.
okay.
I almost said chia. Cashews. So, and this is heaping because I like creamier cashew milk, and so I just do a little heaping aspect to that. So it is as easy as that.
And those are raw, unsalted,
unsalted.
organic cashews.
Yes.
What was that ratio again?
A half a cup of cashews to 2 cups of water. And then pitted dates. I use medjool dates.
Just bought
so
some
just
this
2
morning.
of those.
Which is a natural sweetener
Yeah.
and has fiber.
And has fiber. It has lots of health benefits. I should have probably looked that up.
But
I didn't.
And I love the texture of them too.
Yes.
They're like, if you're really hankering for a candy bar or something, great.
I eat these with like an almond in the middle, like a roasted almond, and maybe some coconut butter. And it was like like if you're like having a sweet tooth, dates.
Yeah. Oh, with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wonderful.
so in goes the 2 cups of water.
Okay, just plain
That's
old
it.
water.
Okay. We filter it, but you know it's like Hefner's finest.
Yeah.
So let's be real.
Hey, you know what? Oklahoma City once ranked as having some of the best tasting water in the country.
I agree with that.
Yeah, because I always drink tap water.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
All right, so then you just do that.
So, do you ever just drink this?
Yep.
Or
all
add
I
it
make.
to your
That's
coffee?
all I make
or-
at home. No, I
Really?
would not add this to my coffee. I think it would be nasty. I stopped.
And by the way, she's using a Vitamax. Vita Benjamin.
Vitamix.
Yeah, the Vita.
In the
yeah,
microwave.
We're old enough
Just
to
kidding.
remember Lucille Ball, yes.
Yes, we are. So obviously, not obviously, I didn't tell you the recipe yet. I made about a half a cup too much for the recipe that I'm about to make.
Okay.
But this is my recipe for cashew milk, and I just.
Okay,
you know,
so
doing
half
the
a
math.
cup of raw unsalted cashews with 2 cups of water and 2 medjool dates.
Look at
Seems
that.
just so
It's
easy.
milk.
Wow!
That is insane.
It's
That
insane.
is insane.
All right.
Okay, you know what?
that's that.
Stuart, we need to taste it just like this. Do you have like a little...
So because you can taste this. I have extra.
Okay,
pour it in.
yeah. Let's pour a little bit in here. Stuart, I'll drink out of this side.
I think this is
I'll
right.
taste mine afterwards. Set it to the side. So I can't do it live.
That is delicious.
And so most nut milks you have to strain. There's no straining.
Well, yeah, I was waiting for chunks to come out.
Yeah.
No, it's completely silky.
Because cashews are so soft that it just works.
Now, I'm going to guess, though, this is more calorie dense than like almond milk or some others, because cashews are
It could be.
more
But if
caloric than almonds, I
Yeah.
think.
The thing is people love to buy stuff that's easy to get at the grocery store, right? But if you look at the ingredients of that stuff, there's so much stuff in there that you're like, why do I need this? The gums, the oils, the preservative, like I don't.
Yeah, we just saw.
We don't
what
need that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just needs water and dates, and you don't even have to put the dates in there. I do that because this is not going to be sweet. So this adds some sweetness.
Some sweetness,
and
but
if you
not
want
too
to
much.
add, so you can add honey or maple syrup or.
Well, this is interesting because this morning I went to one of our local chains. I went to Sprouts, and I was getting my medjool dates. I was getting dehydrated blueberries. I was getting just all sorts of different things, coconut flakes, things of that nature. And you know, on the end caps, they always have stuff prepackaged like this. For example, the chia seeds. You save so much money if you buy it in bulk out of the great big bins than if you buy it prepackaged like this.
Totally do.
I could not believe the cost savings. So right now, where we're all concerned about how much our grocery bill is, definitely that's a price saver. And I can't stand to use their plastic bags, so I'll save them and bring them back and use them again.
I probably reuse the same plastic bag 20 times.
Yeah. So anyhow, but that's just a little tip that and the thing is, I had to kind of really look for some of that stuff. So it's helpful to know your way around your grocery store, and I'm not always good about that.
And let me tell you, as a little plug, my daughter works the bulk section at the Sprouts.
Oh, really?
63rd of May, and she might have been.
That's where I was
wandering
this morning.
around next to you today.
She very well could have been.
She takes very much so, like, that didn't come out right. She takes a lot of pride in that little bulk section that has been granted to her. She's
well, if she would have been there, I would have told her that the raw almonds in bulk were out. I was getting the the very dregs at the bottom of the bin.
She wasn't working today then?
She wasn't, no,
absolutely
because,
not.
No way. Okay, so now what's next?
Well, I'm going to, we'll put this aside for maybe your bowl of cereal tomorrow.
Okay. How long does it last?
There's some chunks in there. Don't tell anybody that there's a little bit of chunks.
Ooh, you know what? I would so pour those chunks over my
it's going to the
yogurt
chia
or
seed
my,
pudding.
yum.
Okay, so next is we just pour the milk back in.
Okay.
So that's 1.5 cups of cashew milk. And then this is 6 tablespoons of chia seeds. So just dump those in.
Wow, that looks like more than 6 tablespoons.
Right? That's what I thought. And this is where texture can be a thing, right? Like when I first started making chia pudding, I did not do this method. I did not put them back in the blender. But I started reading more and more about it, and a lot of people half blend their chia pudding. And it just makes the texture more bearable for a lot of people.
So,
I mean, let's be honest, when you eat chia seeds, you've got them all stuck in your teeth and you're like, hey, and there's like chia seeds all over and people are like, what's happening?
yeah, and it's hard for people to take you serious.
Yeah, so pureeing it gets rid of some of that, but it still leaves texture.
So could you have used, is there such a thing as, like there's flaxseed meal, is there such a thing as chia seed meal?
There is, but you would not want to use it in this.
Okay.
It's way too fine. It's like a,
Okay.
but that's a great thing to use for subbing eggs to bake.
Who
You can bake
knew?
with, you can mix chia seeds and water, flax seeds and ground flax seeds and water. Chia seeds you don't have to grind, but it's better, and that's your egg substitute.
Well, again, it's that gelatinous, thickening
These are
agent
so
quality.
gelatinous. Like,
now, if you don't have a Vitamix, you could have just used a regular blender.
I just whisk. I mean, you could use a regular blender. I normally just whisk.
Okay.
But
Okay.
again, like my partner cannot stand chia pudding. Because the texture, he's like, nope, not eating that. So when we go camping, he gets the overnight oats, I get the chia pudding.
Interesting.
But I think he would like this one.
Excuse me, I think I have a chia.
You might have a chia in your... All right, so I think I turned this on. How do you work this thing? All right, so I'm gonna say 10 seconds, we're done.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe 8 seconds.
Okay. Of course, you've got some kind of
And that's
sticking to
great.
the end, and that's okay, because then we've got a mixture of,
So then,
of both.
yeah, so you just kind of do that.
Shake like a real professional.
Vitamixes are my favorite thing and also my least favorite thing because the way they're designed with all these divots, it's like the hardest thing to clean.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I bet it is.
So I'll pour some in this jar. We'll pretend we're just
Okay.
making a chia pudding for elemental coffee. So see that
See,
texture?
if I had
It's
been a good
gorgeous.
wife, I could have sent Jamie on his camping trip last week with
Yes.
some homemade chia
He
pudding.
would have loved you for that.
He would have.
So that is chia pudding.
That is so easy.
It is so easy. And then you
So,
just throw some blueberries in
Okay,
there
so that was 6 tablespoons of chia seeds and 1.5 cups
of cashew milk.
of cashew milk, and then you're putting, oh my
And then of course
gosh.
I'm using local peanut butter by Snyder's Farms, which they have the most amazing peanut butter, and local blueberries.
Oh my gosh, I
you
have
want
to
a
have
spoon?
one of these. Do you even need to ask?
No.
Oh,
I
those
didn't think about
blueberries
the
are so
spoons.
sweet.
I know, they're delicious.
Stuart, this is going to be a staple. I'm going to have to, and you know what else I love about this? What a great way to reuse your little jam jars
Yeah.
and things that you've got. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dig in there, girl.
And let's once again plug these local made products. So the blueberries are,
So we get those from, I really feel so bad I forgot the farm, but we have a local guy that sources a lot of stuff from us, Jamie Pratt, who actually was part of the Pratt's grocery store family.
Oh, yeah.
He has a shop in the OSU OKC Farmers Market, which is now down in the old Farmers Market district. So he helps us like source a lot of our stuff. And so he just will call me, do you need blueberries? Yes. And the peanut butter he brings in
that
for
peanut
us.
butter is amazing.
It's so good.
It is amazing. Stuart, I can't wait for you to try this.
It's so good.
Now I'm going to dig deep down in there so I can get, well, I want to get nothing kind of but the chia so I can.
Yeah. So this is going to make, not a ton, but it's going to make probably 2 of these jars.
And if you wanted it sweeter,
Then you could,
then you could add, I'm really into monk fruit sweeteners.
okay. Yeah, especially if you're keto or
Yeah.
watching your sugars.
Yeah, then you could add monk fruit sugar, or I would probably also maybe even pulverize some of those dates and just mix it in there. You
Yeah.
could add raisins to it. You could add
I mean, you can find date
cranberries.
syrup now, and my favorite thing, honestly, is maple, like really good maple syrup, because maple syrup has electrolytes. So like a lot of athletes will like take maple syrup shots after like a long.
What's the grade difference
Marathon.
in maple syrups?
There's A and B, and I think
Which
the
one's-
B one is the one you want.
I think so, yeah. I was trying to remember.
Well, I have been eating monk fruit syrup.
Okay, I have the monk fruit sugar at my house.
Yeah, and it's really, really good too. So obviously you could upgrade this or downgrade it
Oh.
health-wise, depending on
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
you wanted to do. You could add, I would not object if someone wanted to put some dark chocolate.
So I was about to say my favorite way to eat chia pudding, which I don't do it a lot, is I love tahini and sub all nut butters. So I love tahini and dark chocolate and bananas. It's like, or tahini and peaches.
Oh, yeah.
Peach season. God, I didn't think about peaches.
Now, you know what else would be great? What a great thing for kids as a take to lunch thing.
Yeah.
Where you could mix this up and you could dip apple slices in there, you could dip celery in there, you could dip all sorts of different things. And it's just, and I do love the consistency of it.
Yeah, this is a much easier texture for people to handle than if you didn't do it in this. Because normally you're just, and the thing about doing it not in this is for 5 minutes, you have to sit there and whisk it because it's so gelatinous, it just like sucks all the stuff in. And
yeah.
keep going.
And probably how I would do this is I've got just one of those tiny little Cuisinarts.
Yeah, you could do that.
And you could do it on that so it doesn't make a big mess, but it's just so, I have to have another bite,
Do it.
especially with those blueberries.
Yeah, we were using this farm in Atoka, Shiny Sea Farms, to get our blueberries, but she uprooted during COVID and went to Arizona. So I know these are
lost,
from a local farm, but
But they're
wasn't
so
here when I
they're
dropped
so
them off, so I
good.
didn't see where they came from.
And you know the other thing, why couldn't you even add a little bit of pureed pumpkin to that?
Oh, you
And
totally.
some
I've done pumpkin
and
spice ones.
cinnamon
Oh,
and
yeah.
yeah.
I did a pumpkin spice pecan. So like you got toasted pecans.
Oh my gosh. So this is a four season giver.
Yeah.
So if you think of it, this is just kind of the base, then you could add whatever fruits are at their seasonal best to this, or nuts, or whatever. I just think it's absolutely incredible. Okay, do you have any other great wisdom for us to share if we're trying to eat healthily, or
Take your flaxseed oil and your probiotics and your prebiotics.
do you take fish oil?
I take flaxseed oil.
Flaxseed oil. Okay. Well, I just,
Nothing against fish oil. It's very good for you.
Yeah, I think I have started. Some people just want to gag when I say this, but I love sardines.
I do too.
And
I'm a tinned fish kind of gal right here.
I love sardines. I love smoked oysters. And so I just get a bunch of them from, I think they're Wild Planet.
Yeah.
And they'll be in olive oil, or stay away from the vegetable oils, the canola oils, those kind of things. And that can be lunch with half of an avocado or something.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I recognize lots of people are probably gagging right now.
I just don't think they've tried them.
But
They think of them from cartoons
really,
or they're like,
yeah, they're really good. And especially, which I try not to do, but especially if you eat them with saltine crackers or something.
Mm-hmm.
And something.
Can I make a plug here?
Sure.
So I have two really awesome friends that have opened markets within walking distance from my house. So 30th Street Market and Flora Bodega both carry tinned fish. And Flora Bodega just brought in cockles.
Oh
because
my
I'm like, please bring in the cockles. And
Well, 30th Street Market
I'm like
is
lucky
probably,
it's
okay, so you need to introduce me to your friend at 30th Street Market, because that's the next place I want to go and shoot.
Okay.
30th Street Market is within walking distance of my house, and they have, good to know because I need to go up there and visit them, because they have a bike repair shop
yes.
attached to it, and we have a tandem bike that's in pristine condition that we're trying
you
to
need to go there.
put on the market.
And then stop by and say hi to Angela at Flora Bodega, because she's
Now, where is Flora?
It's
Flora
right
Bodega?
around the corner.
Okay.
It's on 30th, and it's like off of 30th on Walker. So just right there.
It is such a cute little area that's really,
It is really cute.
really
And she's
starting to
supporting
boom.
all the local. I mean, all her stuff is like, not all. a lot of her stuff is as local as possibly can be.
Yeah, and it is just, and the Red Rooster is right there,
right across,
cute little restaurant, Prairie Gypsies. It's a wonderful, it's got great walkability from our older neighborhoods, which is one of the things I just love about it. And I love you for doing this.
Thank
for
you.
me.
I love you for asking me.
Okay, so when are you going to come over and drink wine with?
Anytime you ask me. Now that the weather's changing.
Now that the weather, I really haven't been extending too many invitations to come sit in my garden.
No way.
Here recently.
Maybe in like a week after the rain. Like, let's get some rain.
Well,
it's going to rain.
Okay, so you know what? Do you know this, that I'm going to Singapore for Johnny's wedding?
You did tell me that last time I saw you.
Yeah. So maybe when we get back from Singapore.
Perfect.
Okay, we can toast to my son and his new bride. And
I love that for you and him.
Yeah. And can I come back and make another recipe with you?
Please do.
Something seasonally inspired?
Yes.
Because I just love this. So I know I said it multiple times, but let us rehash. Chia seeds, 6 tablespoons, 1.5 cups of your own homemade cashew milk if you want to make it, or almond milk, or any kind of milk that is your preference. And you guys, just in one serving and 2 tablespoons of this, you get 10 grams of fiber. Okay, that's pretty remarkable.
It's pretty awesome.
Pretty remarkable, in addition to all those other nutritional qualities. Okay, darling, love you.
Love you too.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yay. Well, if you've held on this long, here is my outfit du jour. My sunglasses are Ray-Bans. My bag is, I think it was Magnolia from Target. I've had it for years, and it's a great little tote bag. My t-shirt is an Amazon Essential. I bought several of these in white. My belt is Michael Kors. I believe I got this at Nordstrom's. I've got it in 2 different colors, and I've had it for years. My kind of wrinkly trousers, because I've been out and about today, are those wonderful loose kind of capri style wide leg trousers. I got these off of Amazon, and they're tremendously popular right now, so you guys might want to check them out. I think I have them in 4 different colors. And my tennies, I can't remember what brand they are, but I will try to remember to put a link. And what I love about these breeches, you guys, first of all, they have great pockets. They've got a great Katharine Hepburn vibe, but I also love them because you can dress them up or you can dress them down with these white tennies. So there you go. There is my outfit of the day.